Jack was bored. He couldn't concentrate. Concentrate 係一定用 on 㗎啦。然後咧就到concentrate on the lessons that he was taught at school. Taught at school 即係喺學校俾人教。He didn't enjoy going 乜嘢咧 ？Going to the park, even when he went with his friends. 同佢啲朋友一齊啊，所以係 went with his friends. He felt unhappy. 呢個咧係乜嘢咧？好多人哋會寫 at dawn 啦。dawn 即係意思係黎明啱啱起，即係朝頭早太陽出嚟嘅時間。但係呢一度咧，你會見到咧就係乜嘢 dawn till dusk， 咁即係由朝頭早起身至到即係朝頭早日出至到日落啊，所以係應該係用 from。And he often got angry at his parents。咁呢一個咧其實係angry 乜嘢咧 ？angry at 啦，或者 angry with 都可以嘅。When they told him to calm 乜嘢咧 ？calm down 啦，當然係即係叫佢冷靜一啲嘅 calm down。Jack didn't know what was wrong with him. He felt bored with everything around him。即係佢圍住佢嘅嘢，全部咧都覺得係好悶。It was the same every day, and he wanted some excitement. He would look up at the sky。呢一個咧係 up at the sky， 即係佢會望上去天空啦 ，and think of all the adventures。Think of all the adventures he could have. He wanted to get away. 咁英文咧 get away 就一定係 from 噶啦 ，get away from this dull life， 即係話咧想脫離呢個好悶嘅生活啦。好啦，接住到relative clauses 啦 ，relative pronouns。Jack's friend Chloe, who he had known since he was little， 或者 whom he had known since he was little 都得嘅。咁其實 whom 咧就會比較啱啦，但係 who 都 OK， 即係話佢，因為其實本身咧嗰個位咧，本身 Chloe he had known Chloe for since he was little， 呢個 Chloe 其實本身喺呢一度嘅，但係佢係代咗用咗個代名詞啦，用咗個 relative pronoun。咁既然如果呢一個係一個 object 嘅話咧，就會係比較適合用 whom 嘅。咁但係好多學校都覺得係可以，咁所以用 who he had known since he was little 係 OK 嘅。Noticed that he was looking upset. When she asked him what was wrong, he told her that he was getting bored with doing the same thing. 好啦，做同一樣嘢啦 ，do the same thing。that 啦，或者係which 都得嘅。咁所以咧，你會寫翻 that 啦，或者係 which he does every day， 即係佢每日做嘅嘢，不斷咁做，所以咧，咁佢就覺得好悶啦。And annoyed with his parents。咁而家係講緊佢嘅 parents 啦，咁所以應該係 who kept telling him to behave himself. He told Chloe that he dreamed of going on an adventure. He didn't know what adventure he would go on or 乜嘢 it would take him， 即係佢唔知道究竟佢係會 take 一啲乜嘢嘅 adventure， 或者呢個 adventure 會帶佢去到邊啊？What it would take him， 即係會帶佢去到即係會令佢得到什麼咁嘅意思。What it would take him. But he needed to get away from home. Why don't we go exploring? Asked Chloe. There's a huge forest near my house. 乜嘢 you could stay for a few nights. 即係話咧係佢話嗰度佢即係話嗰個有個森林，咁佢哋可以去啦。咁呢個係一個地方啊。There is a huge forest near my house where we could 係指個地方。咁你點知係 where？ 因為 which 咧，因為佢指 my house， 但係其實係真正係指緊咧係 a huge forest。咁你試下 form 一條問題啦，就究竟係 where we could stay for a few nights 啊，抑或係 where which could we stay for a few nights？ 咁如果你答案係用 where， 即係其實喺邊度逗留幾日咧，咁所以你就會應該係用 where， 就唔應該用 which 咯。好啦，接住咧就到 Jack didn't know 乜嘢 forest Chloe was talking about， 佢唔知道邊一個嘅森林啦，所以 which forest Chloe was talking about is the one just behind my house. Sometimes when I need to get away from home, I climb over my fence and go into the forest where I can seek refuge。呢個咧係喺嗰度可以即係佢尋找一個即係好似避難嘅地方啊。咁呢一度咧亦都係啦，就係 where can I seek 啊？ 呢個係解即係個避難嘅地方，即係一個避世嘅地方。咁所以咧就係你會自己問條問題咧，究竟 which can I seek refuge？ 要話係 where can I seek refuge？ 咁由於你會講喺邊度啦，你喺邊度可以 seek 即係尋找嘅意思。咁所以咧你係應該係用 where 就唔應該用 which 啦。Jack thought that the plan sounded great. He would go to Chloe's house where he could have some peace the following night. 呢個係喺嗰度啦，佢哋可以咧就會可以有啲好平靜嘅時間咁嘅意思啦。第一題啦 ，Jack was excited by Chloe's idea， 即係佢咧覺得佢個 idea 係幾好啦。It was the first time he had not been bored， 即係話咧佢係冇覺得呢一個 idea 係覺得好悶。咁點解要用 past perfect 咧？就係一般啲咩 first time 啊、twice 啊、three times 啊嗰啲咧，都會係用 perfect tense 㗎。咁究竟係要用 present perfect 啊，抑或係 past perfect 咧？就會視乎咧係嗰個視乎咧係本身係用開你咩 tense 啦。咁呢個古仔係用緊 past tense 啦，你會見到。咁所以咧就 It was the first time that he had not been bored by something in a long time。接住啦 ，When he was a little boy, Jack 乜嘢 by his parents 啦。咁好多人咧就會見到 When he was a little boy 就覺得係應該係過去式啦，但係冇留意到咧後邊呢度仲有一個係乜嘢咧？係 He hadn't seen much of the world。咁所以咧係 Jack 咧係應該係 had been protected， 即係話咧佢一直咧都受到父母嘅保護，係有一個一直嘅意思，即係一直都受到佢嘅保護，而且你會見到咧 he hadn't seen much of the world， 即係話咧佢咧而家喺度啦，而家係以前咧作為即係一個細路仔嗰陣時咧，一直都被人保護啦，同埋咧喺呢段時間一直咧都冇乜見過呢個世界。And now he was a bit older, he wanted to experience new things. When I'm grown up, I will be famous. Books will be written about how I explore the world, Jack said to himself. 所以第四題咧就係 books will be 應該係 books will be written about how I explore the world。係講緊咧就係話佢幻想自己係會係即係當佢探索呢個世界嗰陣時啦。As he packed his bag, he made sure he had a pocket knife, which because in the forest they 乜嘢咧？第五題咧 ，they could be attacked， 即係話咧佢哋有可能咧係被人哋所攻擊啦。Could be attacked。呢個應該係代表佢真係有可能性嘅意思。Jack had heard there were dangerous animals. The next morning, Jack had all his camping things in his school bag。呢一度啦，佢話好驚佢父母會發現啦，所以就咁用 he was scared， 即係講翻呢個古仔嗰陣時，當時佢好驚佢父母會發現 he was scared that his parents might discover where he was going. But finally, he was being taken on an adventure into the forest. Recently， 見到 recently 都係一個 perfect tense 嘅indicator 啦。咁 recently 咧，佢一直都覺得好悶啊，見到佢行去嗰陣時，咁所以咧就係 he had been bored by his life at home, so as he walked to meet Chloe。OK， 咁即係話咧就好啦，即係佢當佢行去嗰陣時 ，everyone he walked past was surprised。Was surprised by how happy he looked. When should we get off the train, Chloe? Jack asked. 咁呢一個咧 ，Jack 就問究竟佢哋幾時啦。咁你見到條問題咧係 start with 一個 WH 嘅 question word。咁 start with 一個WH 嘅 question word 咧，你係直接加翻嗰個 WH word 就得㗎啦。OK， 咁但係如果條問題係 start with 一個好似 can 啊嗰啲咧 ，can 啊could 啊 will 啊嗰啲咁樣咧，或者係is am are 嗰啲咧，你就會係嗰啲叫做乜嘢咧？係叫做yes no question。yes no question 嘅話咧，你咧就係會需要加咩啊？加 if 啦。咁所以咧就係要睇到 WH 啦。咁所以你就會係 Jack asked 問翻呢個 Chloe 啦。咁 when 就用翻 when 啦。咁呢個咧你要調翻轉啦 ，when they we 就變 they 啦 ，should get off the train， 即係話究竟幾時要落車咧？佢 Our stop is the next one, Chloe said。咁你就會寫翻 Chloe said that。咁 咁 are 你要轉啦，就係 there 啦 ，there stop。咁 is 咧就要轉 was 啦 ，was the next one。咁樣咧就係下一個站。接住啦 ，I hope I remembered to pack everything today。咁呢個 Jack wondered，即係阿 Jack 咧就好即係諗下究竟自己有冇帶齊嘢咧。咁你用翻 wondered 啦。咁呢一個咧就如果假如係一個 statement 咧，你會加翻個 that 啦，你會見到 that。咁 I 就變翻個 he hoped，he remembered。好啦，呢一個 remembered 咧，記住 past tense 咧係可以轉 past perfect 或者係照翻 past 噶嘛。但係咧，你會見到係因為呢件事佢希望佢之前啊，佢表達佢之前記得 he had remembered to pack everything that day 嗰日。第四題啦 ，Can I see your tickets, please? The conductor asked。咁於是咧，你就會寫一個 conductor， 即係意思咧嗰個即係喺車上邊收票嗰個人啦，就 the conductor。嗱呢個 yes 呢個 can 咧係屬於一條乜嘢咧？係屬於一條 yes no question。當你係 yes no question 嗰時，你要加個 if 啊。咁所以咧，你就會講話咧係話the conductor 唔係 said 呢度用翻嗰個 asked。咁樣啦，就呢個，所以你要加個 if 啦，if 啦 ，if 咁你要調轉佢嘅 ，if he 或者 she 都得嘅 ，if he 或者 she 跟住之後咧，記住 can 要轉 could 咯 ，could see your 因為佢哋有兩個人啊，所以你就要寫 their tickets 啦，咁就 please 咧就唔需要寫翻落去嘅。第五題啦 ，Jack and Chloe said that。好啦，呢個 we 你就要轉咗啦，你要加咗個 that 之後啦，但係個 we 係要轉啦。Said that they， 好啦 ，bought 咧係用翻 past perfect had bought， 呢個係要轉啦。They had bought their tickets。好啦，呢度寫埋啦。When they 呢個要轉啦 ，they had got the train 呢個 yesterday 就 the day before， 咁所以咧 they had bought their tickets when they had got 呢個咧 past tense 要轉 past perfect had got on the train，train 呢個 yesterday 咧就要轉 the day before 啦。好啦，接住呢一個啦 ，a beggar by the station asked Chloe could you spare some money？ 咁呢個你就照寫翻啦 ，a beggar by the station 即係喺嗰個車雪台嗰度啦，就問阿 Chloe 啦 ，asked Chloe 咁啊照寫嘅啫，前面嗰度。咁呢個 could 咧係一個 yes no question， 即係一個是否嘅問句啊。咁你就要加 if 啦。咁呢個問，因為佢問 Chloe 一個人啊嘛，咁啊 if she 咁 could 咧就用翻 could 啦，我寫喺呢一度。If she could spare some money， 即係究竟可唔可以去俾啲錢佢啊咁樣。We need to go to my house now, Chloe told Jack。咁呢個 Chloe 就照寫翻前面啦。Chloe told Jack。咁呢個因為係一個 statement 啦，一個嘅唔係問句嘅句子，所以你就要加翻個 that 啦。That's 好啦 ，we 就要轉 they 啦 ，need 就轉 needed 啦。咁樣咧，呢個係主要轉 my 同個 now 嘅啫。Need to go to 好啦 ，my 就要轉做her house，now 咧就要轉頂啦。好啦 ，My parents don't know that we are staying in the forest tonight, Jack informed Chloe。咁呢個咧就寫翻啦 ，Jack informed Chloe。好啦，你要加翻個 that 啦，因為呢一個係一個 statement 啦。that 啦，咁 my 就要轉啦 ，don't 都要轉啦 ，we 又要轉啦 ，are staying 就要轉啦 ，we're staying 啦 ，tonight 都要轉。咁你就間低咗你要轉嘅字之後你就開始寫啦。That's 乜嘢咧 ？my 即係指 Chloe 啊嘛，咁所以 her parents。don't 就寫翻係 didn't know， 咁啊照寫翻後邊啦 ，didn't know that。we are staying 就係 they are 就要 they 用 were 啦，呢個 they were staying in the forest。好啦 ，tonight 咧就係用 that night。 好啦，接住呢個咧係一個命令句啦。如果命令句咧就要加 to 噶嘛，咁你會睇翻啦。呢個 Chloe ordered Jack to be quiet， 咁其實係照抄嘅啫，逢係命令句就比較淺嘅，加個 to 照寫翻嗰個命令句呢個句子就得噶啦。第10題啦 ，We had to be quiet when we were in the house, or my parents would hear us。咁呢個咧就 Chloe said that， 咁你要加翻個 that 啦。咁啊 we 就轉翻個 they 啦。呢個咧可以唔需要表達在之前啦，因為其實佢話即係佢哋要咁做啫，所以用 had to be quiet when they were in the house, or her parents would hear 他們 them 啦。咁你唔需要表達即係俾佢講嘅之前發生嘅嘢，所以你唔需要轉 had。咁所以我哋寫翻落去啦。That they had to be quiet when they were in the house, or her parents would hear them， 就會聽到佢哋喺度啦。After Jack and Chloe had gone， 嗱呢度見到個 than 啦，咁所以咧就會係 more quietly than through the house than before they caution， 呢個咧係 caution 係解小心啊，但係咧呢一個咧係應該係轉佢做 cautiously， 即係好小心地咧 crept through the garden so they would not be seen at all。Chloe had moved to the house recently， 即係只係近來先搬去噶啦間屋。And Jack hadn't visited it before. He thought the garden was really big. Chloe's parents didn't notice her because 乜嘢咧？好彩啦 ，luckily。luck 要轉 y， 即係要 luckily， 即係好彩，唔係就係好彩，即係唔可以 luckily。本身應該已經要轉 lucky 噶啦，但係你要再加嗰個將佢變做 adverb。呢個係名詞啦，你要轉咗做 adjective， 然後再將佢轉做呢個 adjective 啦，再轉佢轉做呢一個嘅 adverb。Chloe's grandma was on her 乜嘢咧 weekly visits， 即係話咧佢每個禮拜都會出去啦。And they were all busy upstairs. At the bottom of the garden, Jack lifted his bag over the wall. It was the 乜嘢咧最困難啦，所以咧你會寫翻啦 the most difficult。嗱呢個 difficulty 咧都係名詞嚟嘅，咁我哋要轉咗做形容詞咧，就將佢轉做 difficult。所以 it was the most difficult task because the bag was very heavy. He had made sure that he packed everything. Chloe's bag was light; it hardly weighed anything, so Jack lifted it easily. Ease 就變咗 easily 啦。Over the wall. Then, while Chloe watched for her parents, Jack climbed over the garden wall. 接住呢個 conditional sentences 啦。Jack knew that if they didn't eat enough now, they 乜嘢咧？就係話如果佢而家係食唔夠咧，就會點樣啊？佢哋咧就嗱呢個見到用咗過去式啦，咁呢個應該係 conditional to 啦。They would not go further into the forest， 即係話咧佢哋係唔會繼續前進。would not go， 或者係寫可以用 could not go 都得，即係唔可以冇能力入去，或者佢將唔會入去。Jack thought that it would not be a proper adventure if they 呢度咧你會見到係佢用咗 would not be 啦，呢個係 conditional to 啦，都係一樣繼續。咁所以 would not be a proper adventure if they stayed， 即係用翻呢一個，即係佢只係假設佢幻想，如果佢哋係太近嗰個森林嘅話，就唔會係一個真正嘅 adventure。If they stayed too close to Chloe's house. Chloe said that if her parents wondered where she was, she 好啦，咁如果佢父母喺度 wondered 咧，佢都係幻想嘅啫嘛，所以咧就 she would call them 就會 call 佢哋啦。But Jack thought that 好啦，咁樣咧就 would spoil the adventure， 就覺得咁樣咧係會呢個見到 thought that 啦，呢個係 would spoil， 用過去式就用翻過去式啦。He said that if he had wanted to talk to Chloe's parents， 呢度咧見到用咗 past participle， 所以呢個 conditional 3啦。Had wanted to talk to Chloe's parents, he would have slept。would have slept 即係會瞓喺Chloe 間屋啦。would have slept in Chloe's house。But if we get lost， 咁呢一個係話如果佢哋蕩失路咧 ，no one 乜嘢啊？好啦，呢個 no one will know， 即係呢個係假設性，唔係即係佢幻想將會發生嘅嘢。如果佢蕩失路就冇人會知啊。No one will know where to find us. If Jack had not been so focused on the adventure, he 好啦，呢一個咧你會見到佢用 conditional three 啦，因為呢個係 had not been 啦，咁所以咧係 he would have seen that 呢個咧係 would have seen， 因為咧你會見到呢一個咧就係一個conditional three 啦，即係佢話其實應該係後邊係發生咗啲嘢咯，因為你會見到咧佢話阿 Jack 話。如果唔係佢咁掛住自己要係有一個歷險，佢就會見到 Chloe 係好驚。咁呢個係 conditional three， 呢個係 if 嗰邊用 past perfect， 呢邊要用 would have 再加一個 past participle。Chloe was scared, but he carried on walking into the forest. But if Jack had known that what was in the forest, he 好啦，呢一個咧你見到用 had known 啦，都係一樣係 conditional three 咯。Had known what was in the forest, he would 呢個咧係應該係 would 乜嘢咧？would not have been wouldn't have been so eager。咁呢一個你會寫翻喺呢度，應該係 would not have been so eager to walk into it。咁你見到因為 conditional three 啦 ，had not known had known， 即係如果佢一早就知嘅話，其實呢個係表達咗一個佢好後悔。其實呢兩個咧都係就代表咗佢係有一個後悔嘅意思啊，即係話如果佢當時知道佢咁驚，佢就唔會，即係佢會知道 Chloe 好驚啦，即係佢唔係佢想要一個 adventure， 咁佢會知，即係後悔。咁呢個亦都係後悔，就話如果佢知道有啲乜嘢喺個森林，佢就唔會咁想入去啦，就 would not have been 啦，應該係 would have 跟住再加個 PPT， 因為本身有個 not 咯，所以你就會加翻個 not 喺度。Jack and Chloe 乜嘢 for hours 咧？因為你會見到呢度有一個 for 啦，咁其實佢一直已經行咗一段時間啦，咁同埋你會見到呢一個係 past tense 啦，而呢一個係一個 perfect tense 啦，咁所以呢個 had walked， 即係佢一直已經行咗好一段時間啦 ，and decided to stop for the night. You set up 即係佢命令佢啦，就係 you set up the camp，and I 乜嘢我就將會咧 I will hunt， 即係我會將會咧 hunt for firewood。He said to Chloe. Jack was excited because he 乜嘢咧？佢將會啊 ，he would spend， 佢會將會啦。咁你應該係要用一個將來式，但係因為你一直係講緊個過去嘅一個古仔，所以咧就係 Jack was excited because he would spend a night in the forest. If it went well, he 乜嘢咧？第五 ，he 佢如果一切都即係 OK 嘅咧，就 he would come to this place again。第六啦 ，he 乜嘢 for firewood for a long time before he found some in a neat pile。跟住到第六題啦，呢個 before 啦，你會見到咁，所以咧佢係一直都揾緊一啲嘅 firewood before he found some in a neat pile。咁所以咧呢一個咧就係 had looked。佢一直都揾啦，一直都揾，跟住之後咧，佢後尾就發現咗有啲喺個一堆裏面揾到。But as soon as he picked up a log 即係一件即係個木啦 ，he was scratched by something。咁就俾人哋捉，俾人哋即係佢又俾啲嘢刮親啦。And saw a wolf 乜嘢咧？嗱，你見到 saw 啦 ，C 記住 C 字後邊咧就要加一個bare infinitive 啦，又或者係要加一個 gerund。咁你 saw a wolf 乜嘢咧 ？stare 啦，或者係 staring。Jack was frightened and ran away, but the wolf chased him and he climbed up a tree. The wolf 乜嘢咧？第9題啦 ，will not leave。咁佢就話咧，嗰隻狼咧係唔會走嘅。Said Jack to himself, I wish I 乜嘢咧 ？I wish I 佢又希望佢之前係冇嚟過，所以 I wish I had not come into this forest。到 articles 啦 ，as Jack sat in a tree， 即係佢坐喺棵樹上邊啦。He really hoped that Chloe was okay. Camping in the forest， Camping in the forest was a terrible idea. Now both Jack and Chloe was in danger. Danger 呢一個咧 ，in danger 係一個即係一齊用嘅字啦，係唔會加個article 喺前邊嘅，唔會加喺 danger 前邊。And no one knew where they were. Jack climbed higher onto a thick branch. 跟住之後咧就將佢一路爬去即係爬一個即係粗啲嘅樹枝度啦。But the wolf didn't go away and kept jumping at the bottom of the tree 嗱，第一次講就係 a tree 啦，第二次提及咧就係 the tree 啦。Jack couldn't see Chloe setting up a camp， 即係佢睇唔到啊 Chloe 喺度整緊個營地啦。And he hoped there weren't more wolves that wanted a meal， 即係話咧就會係即係有啲狼係想要一個即係食咗佢哋做一餐啊。Why didn't I bring a phone？ 點解唔帶一個電話咧？佢自己問自己。咁第一次。呢一個可以講係 why didn't I bring a phone 或者係 didn't bring the phone， 因為佢即係只話帶個電話啦，或者帶自己指明嗰個電話。Jack cried，This is an emergency， 即係話呢一個咧，你見到 E 字頭啦，係一個嘅乜嘢咧？係一個嘅緊急嘅狀況啦。A quick phone call would get me out of trouble。Get somebody out of trouble 咧都係一個 standard 嘅用字啦，就唔會有 out of the trouble 嘅。Get me out of trouble， 咁而且 trouble 咧都係一個不可數嘅名詞，所以咧你就會用一個唔需要用一個 and 喺度啦。Jack was scared， 乜嘢 he thought he might die in the forest， 即係佢好驚啦，因為佢覺得自己會可能死啊 because。乜嘢 a miracle happened to save him from the wolf， 跟住之後咧就係話佢知道佢會死，因為有隻狼喺度啊。咁除非係乜嘢咧 ？Unless a miracle happened to save him from the wolf, and that wasn't likely. He wanted to have a proper adventure where he was in control， 即係佢想要一個歷險，但係佢又要控制到嗰個歷險嘅情況啦。咁所以乜嘢 ？He had ended up in a dangerous situation。佢呢個講，但係今次咧。就唔係佢控制到啊，因為佢話 in control 就係佢係控制到係即係比較正面嘅嘢啦。但係而家佢係一個唔係幾好嘅狀況之下，所以咧你就會用 but 啦。He had ended up in a dangerous situation. He was worrying about Chloe 乜嘢 ？He heard shouts from the ground。咁佢咧喺度擔心啊 Chloe 會唔會發生咩事啦？而當嗰陣時就聽到有即係喺個地面度有人嗌啦，就 when he heard shouts from the ground。It was Chloe and she was brandishing Jack's pocket knife at the wolf。咁原來 Chloe 喺度做乜嘢咧？就係喺度用佢把刀去同嗰隻狼喺度搏鬥咁嘅意思。Wolf looked scared and ran off。咁因為佢嗰隻狼係見到阿 Jack 嗰把刀啦，咁 Chloe 喺度用緊把刀去攻擊嗰隻狼啦，咁所以就走咗啦。Chloe had been very brave。乜嘢 ？She could save Jack。你會見到呢個 could 咧係為咗佢可以救佢啊，所以用 so that she could save Jack。Jack climbed out of the tree and was about to thank Chloe when she said， 即係突然間當佢講 when she said you are an idiot pretending you know all about the forest。Then getting yourself into trouble， 即係話咧呢度咧就佢話佢多謝 Chloe 啦。咁但係佢講嗰陣時咧，咁佢就話你真係你冇搞錯，自己都即係你以為自己識知道個森林嗰啲嘢。跟住之後咧就到第七題啦。Then you get then getting yourself into trouble， 即係話你好懶係知道自己做乜嘢。你見到呢個 pretending 啦，跟住呢個 getting 咁樣啦，所以你要用咗一個 connective 係用頂啦。Chloe laughed. I think that 乜嘢 we should go back to my house。咁佢就喺度笑就話，咁佢話我哋咧就 that I think that maybe we should go back to my house. Jack agreed. However, much as he wanted an adventure, being safe was all he could think about that night。即係話咧，佢係即係話 however much， 即係話佢意思係話，無論佢係幾咁想要一個歷險咧，佢都覺得係即係安全係至上最重要嘅嘢。